Vocal exercises. Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather.
What?
It's vocal
Red
warm-up.
leather, yellow leather, red yellow.
It's hard.
Red leather, yellow leather, red yellow. What?
It's actually really hard.
Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather.
Tip of the tongue.
Tip of the tongue, tip of the tongue, tip of the tongue.
Tip of the teeth.
Tip of the
tongue.
teeth.
Mr. Gorbachev.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Mr. Gorbachev. Turn up this podcast.
I'm in this for the money and the pussy, and they're both falling off the trees.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 73 of the Reasonable Doubt podcast. As always, we are your hosts, Eric C. Griff.
And Chicka J Money.
How we doing? How we doing today? Christian, you're still a little stoned from last night.
I'm a little bit. I figured the glasses were a good look.
You're like, you walked in my apartment glazed over. Did you wake and bake today?
No, not at all. I never do.
No?
Never.
Just got incredibly high last night.
I've wake and baked once in my life.
Once in your life?
One time.
How'd you feel?
I didn't like it.
No, it's strange to be high that early.
No, I don't want to be high all day. It's a bad time. I don't understand people like that. Like, what the fuck, you want to just wake up and get stoned first thing in the morning?
I think some people, it's just their life is being stoned.
Yeah, I know, but it trips me out.
I want to go to sleep when I'm still high.
Yeah, that's why
You know
I
what
want
I
to
mean?
wake up sober.
And I want to wake up sober.
Yeah.
I hate it's the same thing with drinking, though. I hate, coming back to sobriety while I'm still awake.
Yeah,
It's
I don't want
really
that.
strange.
I love, yeah, like, I like getting stoned to go to bed.
Yeah, it's the best.
Yeah, but I don't like being stoned while I'm awake. I don't actually enjoy it that much.
No, being stoned is like cartoon time and eat time. And
Yeah,
then
exactly.
go to
I
sleep.
eat some food, watch a little TV, and I go to bed.
I was a little buzzed last night
Yeah.
going to bed, and I just watched. You see those documentaries, Our Planet?
Oh yeah, the new Our Planet 2 is
Our
out.
Planet 2 is out, so
Yeah.
I was watching the one about the deep sea.
Oh, okay.
Oh man, it's so cool.
Dude, it's fucking
How fucking sick are whales?
man.
They're so
I know.
sick.
I know, dude.
I know I'm preaching to the choir here.
I think about, so sometimes I get in this train of thought about salmon.
Okay.
Because I'm always like, well, why are salmon, everybody talks about salmon when they talk about ocean health.
Yeah.
They go on and on about salmon. Then I realize, it's one of the craziest life cycles and migrations that we know of.
Don't they just migrate to fuck and then die?
No, so they're born in a river
Mm-hmm.
somewhere, and way upstream, and they live there for a couple 2 years or whatever.
Okay.
Then they migrate downriver, out of the river,
Okay.
into the ocean,
In the ocean.
across the Pacific, into the Bering Sea, hang out there a while, and then when they're 7 years old, I think it is,
Yeah.
they come back.
Mm-hmm.
They travel around in circles, and then they come back.
Go up the stream.
Somehow have a homing beacon in their brain
Yeah.
that brings them back to the exact same stream they were born in.
Yeah.
And they come all the way back up and fucking stop eating
Yeah.
and just make their way up the river like an insane fish
Yeah.
and get all the way up the river to the spot that they were born at, and then they're like, oh yeah, this is the same spot, and then they fucking breed and die.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It's like their pilgrimage,
Yeah.
you know?
That's insane.
It is insane. But they also get, eaten by bears on the way upstream.
There's all
right?
sorts of things that eat them. Orcas, there's tons of pods of orcas that eat them while they're in the Bering Sea and in the
Yeah.
Pacific, coming in, going out.
But imagine, you've been waiting 7 years to fuck.
And
Your
you
whole
get
life.
fucked.
And you're returning to your homeland to fuck
Yeah.
there. Where you were born. Where your parents fucked.
Where they fucked, yeah.
Yeah, and then you're fighting, and you're fighting. Your whole life spent about this moment, and then you just get snatched up by a bear. That's gotta hurt.
They keep trying.
They do keep trying, but that's gotta hurt.
You think they'd learn to like go up at night?
When the bear's asleep?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd think.
And then like,
But then they wouldn't be able to
hide
see.
during the day.
Where would they hide?
I don't know.
They're pretty conspicuous.
They are because they turn bright red.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then-
It's weird to think about that. Like, of all the evolutionary things that happen to animals,
Mm-hmm.
their evolutionary thing is that they become like a fucking pylon swimming up the river. Like, impossibly easy to see.
Is the red just a mating thing? Like the girl salmons only fuck the reddest salmons?
I don't know. I think the like deeper, darker the red is that they turn, it's a better indicator of good health.
Ah, I see.
But I think all in all, it's they just turn red.
I
Like
see.
all of them do it.
Is
The
it like
girls do too.
flamingos? Because flamingos turn pink because they eat so much shrimp.
Is that really why?
Yeah, they're white feathered when they're born, and they eat so much shrimp that they slowly turn pink.
That's insane. I didn't know.
You didn't know that?
No.
I had a nature fact that you
Wow,
didn't.
that's crazy.
Ooh.
They turn pink from shrimp.
From all the shells that they eat of the shrimp.
That's fucked.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Flamingos are hella cool, man.
Wow, I wouldn't go that far.
They
but-
are cool, man.
Really?
Yeah, their natural habitat is like the coast of the entire southern hemisphere.
That's fucked.
That's where they live. If you look at a map, it's just the coastline of the entire southern hemisphere. That's where flamingos are. And trailer park front yards.
Yeah, trailer park front yard's important.
Yeah, of course. You ever thought about living in a trailer park?
Yep.
Like,
I can't do it.
Why not?
Because I just couldn't bring myself to do it.
Just like the Harley parked out front,
No.
your truck.
Yeah, like no way.
Yeah, dude, I wish it didn't have such a white trash connotation, because I feel like it would be a good time.
Why,
You and all your trailer park buddies, you just like hang out and get shitty all the time. There's like bocce ball events.
No. See, that's exactly why I don't want to go.
Oh, it would be
I
awesome.
can't- What am I going to do? I'm going to move to the trailer park,
Yep.
and then this way you're like, oh, well, I wish it didn't have the white trash connotation. But you want to ultimately move there to enjoy white trash culture.
Yeah, I just don't want people looking at me like I'm white trash for it.
Yeah, so you can't have your cake and eat it too.
I think it would be awesome.
You can't have your case of
You
beer
can have, like,
and drink it
You
too.
can't have your case of Busch Light and drink it too.
Yeah, you either get it or drink it. You pick one.
Yeah, I guess. It'd be fun though.
It would
Just
be.
like have a campfire every day.
It would be cool to have a campfire every day.
I think that's what I'm mostly excited for. I love
Yeah.
a campfire. There's
I don't
something
know.
about it. It turns you into like a scout again.
Trailer parks have always tripped me out because there's really fancy ones now
Yeah.
where like guys have like $400,000 campers there and they're like decked out and they drive a huge truck.
Yeah.
You know,
But those are the boring ones. 'Cause
yeah,
usually there's like HOA rules and shit. It's like your garden gnomes can't be more than 3 inches high. And
yeah,
You know
I
what
know
I
what you
mean?
mean. Where they're like you have to keep it looking good in here.
yeah, it's like, no, this is a trailer park,
Yeah, a
dog.
lot of those are like retirement communities.
Yeah.
So we can live there anyway.
Yeah, I guess. Unless we retired.
Yeah, but how the fuck is that going to happen?
Well, the podcast taken
you
off.
know what? Actually, I wanted to talk about this. This was
Okay.
one of the notes I had, and I'm curious. I want to hear your take.
Okay.
What happens in our future?
In our future?
Yeah, we'll talk about. We rarely get into this, but I'm curious to hear what you have to think because I've been pondering it lately.
Well, the podcast will probably run for, I'd say, 500 episodes.
Okay, first of all, the podcast is running 1,000 episodes.
1,000 episodes, okay.
Yeah.
Within, like, 2 years for each of us,
Yeah.
you finally get drafted to the NBA.
Okay. Yeah.
That's in the plans. We both start taking steroids and get absolutely huge. But don't tell
Okay.
anybody we're taking steroids.
Yeah, we're all natty according to the internet.
We both make some really choice stock moves and become millionaires.
That would be cool.
We sell 800,000 shirts for the podcast.
Wow.
That's just the next 2 years. Obviously, these things scale further the longer we go. We both buy beach houses in Miami.
In Miami. I would like one in Malibu as well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
So,
we could probably have more than one. I'd probably have a penthouse in, like, New York or something.
that'd be cool. Yeah, I would like that too.
Right? Like, overlooking Central Park.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's more of, like, a 10-year
Yeah.
Like by the time I'm like 35,
Yeah,
I want to
yeah.
have my beachfront
I like
property
that.
and I want my penthouse. We probably invent a way to combust water and save the energy crisis.
Oh,
We
okay.
probably figured that out. Reverse global warming entirely. Get Nobel Prizes for that.
What about turning salt water into fresh water?
Well, we already know how to do that.
Yeah, but can we do it better?
Like more efficiently?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd probably figure that out. Or like if you can combust water like it's a fuel source, then it doesn't matter. We basically have infinite energy, right? So you can spend as much
I
energy
guess,
as you
yeah.
want turning
Yeah,
salt water into
yeah,
fresh
true.
water, right? We pioneer a light rail system that connects all of North America and make money like a railroad tycoon.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then just live fat off that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have a bunch of jewelry.
I like that you have this because nowhere in there is retirement.
Yeah, I know us.
Yeah, it'll
Like,
never happen.
we'll live a life of luxury, but we'll be doing something.
Yeah, you got to keep working. Otherwise, I'm sitting at home enjoying time with my family. And
Yeah, I can't have that. That's the thing. It's like if I have like a son or something, he can't see me too much because he'll grow up weak. Like I gotta be off.
You got to grow them up detached.
Yeah, detached. But that's how you make him tough.
Yeah, that's how you teach him to be a workaholic.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
then he becomes a tycoon of his own.
There we go.
And we have an empire.
Wow.
They don't make tycoons anymore.
They do.
Yeah.
They do moguls. There's still
Oh,
fucking
they're
moguls
just they're
out there.
called moguls now.
Yeah, there's moguls out there. Certain people that dominate certain industries.
I see myself as like a Carnegie figure,
That would be dope.
right?
Yeah.
And they could build a hall for me in New York,
Yeah.
the Barrel Hall.
Well, no, they didn't build it for him. He built it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he had just so much money.
Andrew Carnegie has some fucking... He actually contributed some amazing things to the United States.
He's not alive, is he? He's so
no,
dead.
he's so dead.
Yeah, the Barrel Griffity Hall in
That would
New
be-
York
that would be
with
sweet.
40,000 capacity for sitting.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. That's not what I was asking.
What's your what do you see for us?
Pretty well the same, to be honest. Yeah,
You get drafted to the Celtics,
yeah, that would be sick.
all while running a railroad tycoon.
Yeah, like I want to be a massive businessman on the side. I actually have been looking at how to transfer into sales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a job.
Well, so
pretty
it all
soul-crushing.
kind of ties together. This is part of why I asked this question because I have been looking at moving to the United States.
Okay.
I've been legitimately looking at it, just because there's a lot more opportunity
Okay.
for work. But
The
anyway,
American dream and all that.
yeah, basically go
Yeah.
there, struggle.
You'd be one of the immigrants taking jobs.
Yeah, that's okay.
They're not gonna like you.
That's fine.
I mean, you're a different kind of immigrant. You'd probably be okay.
Yeah, yeah. I think I'd be okay. But no, because I've been looking at the state of what's going on. Like every generation has their like nightmare of what's happening economically,
Yeah.
and they think that the world's coming to a fucking end. Like everyone has this time where they think shit's gonna go down,
Yeah.
and it never does.
No, not really.
Well, 08 a little bit, but if you were poor, you didn't even know it
1939.
happened. 39 was a big one.
I think shit went down
Yeah.
in 1939.
What do you legitimately think? Like when I look at what's happening, and I don't care what side of the fence you're on politically, it ultimately doesn't matter. I look at, doesn't matter who's leading this country,
Yeah.
Canada right now.
Mm-hmm.
We're deep into a recession, even though they're saying we're not.
Yeah. But you know better.
I do know better. I do know better. You can't say that we're not in a recession. The only reason they claim we're not in a recession is because over a 2-year period we've had it's either 0.25 or 0.025 economic growth in the country, which is still a recession because we've immigrated over 1 million people from India in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
So, like, yes, our economy isn't not growing, but our population has substantially grown. Like there were only 30 million, so now we're 31 million people in the country.
Right.
And you can't say that we're not growing when that population's increasing. Like you're dividing that economy up among 30 million people. So if you increase the number of people, then you're actually seeing a drop in economy per person.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
It is. I've listened to a bunch of economists talk about this, and we're deep into a recession.
So when you're asking of like where are we going, you're talking about the
what
country.
Do you think? Yeah, what do you think is going to happen? I'm curious.
I don't know.
At 8:30 in the morning.
At 8:30 on a Sunday morning.
What do you actually think is the outcome here? Because I don't know how it's going to end up, but I don't love when I look at history, like countries like Germany were in very similar spots post-war, where like inflation just got so ridiculous people couldn't afford to live. The German government bought back housing basically in every major city. If there was housing, they owned it, and then started regulating rent prices and like.
That could be the way it goes.
You think so? Just
well,
become
I
like
don't
this
know.
super socialist system?
I don't. Maybe not. Like, politicians in this country really like developers.
Yeah.
Because housing makes up like 1/10 of our GDP.
Yeah.
Right? So there's no way, like, we've already seen how Doug Ford handles developers, right?
Yeah.
He pretty much gets under the table for them.
Yeah.
Right? So there's no way they introduce like a socialized housing system that undercuts private.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think that's...
They're just going to keep building luxury condos for I don't know who.
This is what I don't understand.
You know?
Is like, you're building this. Where the fuck are these people coming from?
But I don't know, but they're filling. It's because we hang out with poor people, Chris. We hang out with poor people. We are poor people. You know?
Because I can't even conceptualize how many of these wealthy people there are.
There are wealthy people. Well, they're
so
not
many.
wealthy on the grand scheme
They're
of things,
just
but
wealthy
compared
enough.
to us.
They're wealthy enough to own like $1 million home.
Yeah.
Like a
Well,
brand
that's the
new
thing,
place.
too. People owned a house that was $600,000, 7 years ago, and now they're millionaires for just sitting on it.
Yeah.
You know?
For doing nothing.
They're just like, there's people that owned homes before the last 7 years, and there's the people that didn't. And the like wealth gap has just grown between those two classes of
Immensely.
people. Immensely, yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of saying this. Someone was talking to me about racism, and I was like, I think
The utmost expert on racism. You're so good at it. Dude.
I'm great at racism.
You're so good.
So-
I actually tell people all the time when they try to make a racist joke, I'm like, no, you got to talk to Crispin. Because what you're doing right now is Bush League. This guy's got racist jokes.
Jesus Christ.
Noted racist. Professional.
No way. So, but I was saying, I'm like, I think most people actually, like, most people who think they have a racist view, you could easily persuade them by making the, like, tax bracket argument.
Yeah.
Being like, I think you actually don't like rich people.
Yeah, well, they don't.
You know what I mean? Like, you have a poor white dude and a poor black dude have way more in common
Absolutely. they do.
than two white dudes, one of whom's rich, one of whom's poor.
But it's in the rich dude's interest to tell the poor white guy that the other races are the problem, because then if he's too busy focused on hating black people and brown people or whatever, then he's not worrying about how the gaps in wealth are getting larger and larger.
But it's asinine.
It is asinine, but it's a
Right.
lot easy. Like, I don't know, for some reason people really bite on the race thing. You know what I mean? That
Yeah.
some billionaire white guy and some guy living his life in the trailer park, not necessarily poor door trailer trash, but living in the trailer park, right?
Yeah.
For some reason they can he can look at the rich white guy and be like, we are the same because we are the same race.
But you're not.
But you're not even close. Your
let me
whole
tell you,
lives
you're
are
not
completely
the same.
different. People look at us, right, with our wildly successful podcast.
Yes.
And me walking around with 2 giant sacks with dollar signs on it with
Yes.
podcast money.
Always.
And
with gold coins.
And white guys look at me and they're like, yo, we're the same. And I'm like, we are not the same.
No.
I
'cause
live a life of luxury that you can't
We
even
are
imagine.
like the Monopoly man.
We are like the Monopoly man. My monocle's in the mail. I
Nice.
actually had to send it off to get fixed. Poor people don't know about that. You wouldn't know about that, but like when you spend a lot of money on a monocle, you got to service it.
Yeah, it's like a Rolex.
It's like a Rolex, right? You
Yeah.
don't just buy a new Rolex. You
Do you
send
have
it
to
off.
service Rolexes a lot?
I feel like you shouldn't have to.
Right.
You're spending a house on
For
a
how
watch.
much you fucking pay?
They
like,
They should go. I was gonna say they should tick, but Rollies don't tick, do they?
Yeah, they do.
No, Rolexes they don't tick. It's a smooth motion all
Okay,
the way
yeah.
around.
But they lose about a second a year.
Well, that's just clocks.
No. It's not. I remember learning about this.
Yeah.
You can have, like, lots of the other high-end watchmakers, Citizen and stuff, like,
Fossil. Yeah.
well,
Geox.
yeah, sure. But no,
Oh, G-Shock. Geox are the shoes.
my point being, all the other watchmakers don't seem to have this issue, but you spend $500,000 on a Rolex and it'll lose time.
Ah. That's
Yeah.
the whole point. Well, I was gonna say that's the whole point of the watch, but it's not, is it? It's a
No.
status symbol,
It's a status symbol. I guess it's not meant to read time.
I guess. I don't even really like Rolexes all that much.
No, me neither.
They're not my style.
I
They
like
just seem-
I like my Breitling.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like my
it.
Casio.
I don't have my watch. Oh,
Oh, there it is.
Citizen.
Citizen, nice. I'm thinking of becoming like a yellow gold kind of guy.
Yeah, I'm making the switch.
Yeah?
Yep.
Like, I just want to be clapped out in like really really cheap jewelry.
I'm gonna get a Cuban gold link.
Yeah, Cuban links.
Yeah,
Attaboy.
yeah. And then I'm gonna get big gold earrings, like the really thick ones, like Sinbad.
Yeah, like Sinbad. You kind of remind me of Sinbad.
Yeah, that's how
From Jingle All the Way.
I feel like Sinbad.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like Sinbad when I put on my jewels. Fuck yeah, dude. I wonder, like, if I just started wearing chains, how called out I would get.
Quite a bit.
Yeah, you think it would be
I
immediate?
think for like 2 weeks, and then it'd be gone,
and then be gone?
and you could do whatever you wanted.
And then
after
I
that.
move to a, like, bigger chain?
Yeah.
And then I get made fun of again for
No,
2
no.
weeks?
I think they wouldn't even notice. Then you just keep sizing up till it gets to like very big.
Yeah? Like,
Yeah.
fucking
I think
Flava
if
Flav?
you start wearing like an iced out Jesus piece, then then people would call you out.
Yeah. I mean, you can't start with the
No,
Jesus
you
piece.
start out with like a Cuban link.
Yeah, you start with, like, a really thin chain.
Yeah,
Over top of your shirt.
yeah,
Not on your neck.
and then you slowly move your way to like iced out Jesus.
Iced
piece.
out. I got the, like, 4-finger ring on.
Yeah, you have Jesus done in white gold on a gold cross.
I'm gonna look like, you know those shirts they sell at Walmart with like SpongeBob where he looks like a rapper?
Oh, okay.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna look like that.
Yeah.
With like a pimp suit, with like a hat with a feather in it.
Oh,
And
that
have the, like,
man, I've always wanted to wear a hat with a feather in it.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And then you got my like Paul Wall grill, like rose gold with diamonds.
Yeah,
My 4-finger ring.
dude, do you think it'd be cool to have a grill?
Yeah, it'd be super cool to have a grill. What are you talking about? And white people can have grills.
You think so?
Yeah, because of Paul Wall. He was
think-
on the song with Nelly.
You think I could start
Just a
rocking
bottom
grill?
one.
Just a bottom.
Just a bottom grill and then like one tooth on the top.
That'd be sick, dude.
That would be sick.
How do you have to get them installed? What are they?
Get them installed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, you do?
Yeah, they got to make a mold of your mouth.
And then what happens? And like
Then they cast the gold.
and it comes in or out, or you just put that on. That's
Yeah,
where
I
it's
think
there
there's like sort of permanent ones, but then there's ones you can just pop in and out.
now. Okay, cool.
Yeah, because I've seen like, I don't know, I've seen people like I think you take your grills out to eat usually.
Yeah, that makes sense. I wouldn't want
It's
to
like-
eat with my diamonds.
It's funny though, because that's what like nerdy kids with retainers have to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're in the same boat. Like, yeah, sure, you look sick with your grill, but then you gotta like pop it out, and there's that string of spit.
You're like,
You gotta like roll it up in a napkin. Like, do you think Nelly has to do that?
yeah, for sure he does. I don't think he wears one anymore.
No, he's too old now.
Yeah, he's quite old.
Now
He's getting like very old.
When I saw Nelly, he still had the Band-Aid on his face.
He's coming to
still
London
doing
soon,
that.
isn't he? Or he was just in Toronto.
Was he?
Yeah, he was just in Toronto.
Ooh, get the stomping in my Air Force One, big boy.
Nelly, musician, American rapper.
American rapper. Where's he from? Atlanta?
St. Louis.
Saint Louis.
How he's 48 years old.
Really?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know this about Nelly, though. He's a incredible specimen of athletic ability.
He is, right?
Yeah.
He actually
He
is.
threw
like,
out the first pitch at a Dodgers game last year. 98 miles an hour on the gun.
fuck off. Are you
Yeah.
serious?
Yeah, you can look it up.
What?
Yeah. Straight down the center, too.
Nelly.
Nelly, yeah, he threw out the first pitch. 98 miles an hour. Straight down the pipe.
That's crazy. Yeah, he doesn't wear a grill anymore.
He didn't throw a pitch 98 miles an hour.
Okay, I was gonna say, man, like, wow, that is. He should play baseball.
That's like one of my go-to fucking jokes every time, because I unabashedly like Tom Cruise. His biography's on that shelf behind you.
Yeah, why do you like Tom Cruise?
I like Tom Cruise because he's an inspiration to short guys.
Okay.
You know, and he's like, what, 55, still looks great, does his own stunts.
Yeah.
He was in Cocktail, he was in Top Gun, right?
Sure.
On that bike looking fly as fuck. I like Tom Cruise. And everyone always talks shit about Tom Cruise. Like, oh, Scientology. You don't know what you're talking about. If you were rich, you'd be a Scientologist too. If you had so much money to throw it around and they were, you know, sticking you full of needles that make you look young and awesome and give you all the connections that Scientology gives. Scientology sucks for us. But for rich people, Scientology's awesome. So I give him a pass on that, okay? And sometimes they make him stand on a box so he appears bigger in frame. That's embarrassing, right? He shouldn't have to be embarrassed like that. But everyone always talks shit about Tom Cruise, and I was like, Tom Cruise is great. He threw out a pitch at a Dodgers game in 2002, reached 95 on the gun. And people are like, what? And I was like, you can look that up.
It's bullshit.
It is bullshit, but I tell people to look it up, and they'll spend time trying to find it. They're like, I can't find it. And I was like, it's there. Keep looking. And sometimes people are like, I can't find it, but okay.
And they just take
Because
that and run.
it's so far, it's like 2002, right?
Yeah.
It's like 21
far
years
away.
ago, right? So, like, maybe the videos of it is a little spotty, right? Maybe no one was taking video at the time.
Nelly actually is quite an athletic dude, though.
Is he?
Yes.
You think you could cross him up?
How tall is he?
He's 48. You should be able to.
Yeah, I don't know, man. He's still
Can I see
yoked,
him?
though. He's still
Is he yoked?
Oh, yeah, he's still yoked, man. He's like
Oh,
50
shit.
years old. He's still jacked.
Oh my god, why is his skin so smooth?
Yeah, man. This motherfucker's been killing it for a long time.
I kind of forgot what Nelly looked like in my mind.
He just looks...
He
I
kind
don't
of
know.
just looks like a generic dude.
Yeah, he does.
Like a if you just thought in your head handsome black guy.
Yeah, that's
then
what I
it
was
looks
gonna
like
say.
Nelly.
That's what he looks like.
He
yeah.
looks like every dude that works at a Virgin Mobile.
Yeah, true.
I don't know what it is, but Virgin Mobile, they only hire like buff black guys that are like really pretty.
Yeah, that or real Twinkie white dudes.
Yeah. But they like work together, and I'll walk by the like cell phone booth, and those two guys are broing down.
Yeah, and you're like, what the fuck
And
happened?
I was like, well, you guys, this is like defeating racism at the Virgin Mobile.
Wow. Isn't that inspiring?
That is inspiring. It's like, dude, this guy is like 6'8", 240 pounds of muscle, right? Just a prime specimen of a human being. What the fuck are you doing selling phones?
Yeah. Bro, the amount of times I've thought that, where I walk by and I'm legitimately like, that is a fucking athlete.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, like, look at the build.
It's like you're
And like,
you're like
hands-
measuring his waist.
Hands like a 3-foot catcher's mitt.
I know.
And you're like, bro, pick a sport.
Yeah, you're gonna
Pick
be good
one.
at
It
it.
doesn't matter.
Well, maybe not swimming.
Oh, come on. Come on.
What? He's too big.
No,
Swimmers have to
Michael
be smaller.
Phelps is huge, man.
Yeah, he's different. That guy's
Yeah.
part fish.
Yeah.
It's like,
but-
these guys are like 22 years old. Like, bro, now's the time.
Yeah, that's what I don't get. And it's like, were you in a sport and like you didn't make it? Like, what happened?
It's probably some like life-changing injury.
Yeah, like, did you like tear a rotator cuff or something?
Yeah, and it's all
Because there's
over.
no fucking way you're not playing sports. If you're not playing sports, then you need to start.
Yeah, because you'll
Like-
dust everybody.
Yeah, dude. You'll at least make it to like high-end amateur leagues.
Yeah.
And be able to be like, yeah, I get paid $30,000 a year to play this sport.
That's probably
know?
what you get paid selling phones.
Exactly.
It's
least
got to be a
enjoy
lot more
yourself.
fun being an athlete.
Yeah.
Do it for all the people out there that really want to be an athlete but can't,
Yeah.
like us. Do it for us.
I know.
If you're
I
listening
wish.
to this, Virgin Mobile Black
if you're
Guy,
fucking super jacked and you work at Masonville Mall,
start balling, dude.
anything.
Anything.
You can pick any sport.
volleyball.
Yeah, legit.
Get after it.
Yeah, volleyball's got to be. People are gonna get mad.
I'll say it.
Volleyball's fucking easy, man.
It is super easy.
I
I
feel
challenge-
like really, really good volleyball players must be on some next level shit.
Yeah,
Cause I've played volleyball
and I'm okay at it.
I'm fine at it, and I've fucking played like 5 times in my life, and I'm okay at volleyball.
I bet me and you and like one other guy like us could
Yeah.
take the women's volleyball team from
like an
Western.
Olympian did.
Like I think the 6 of them versus the 3 of us,
It'd be okay.
I think we'd like keep it close
Yeah.
and like eke out a win on a technicality.
Damn, that's a bold statement.
If you're listening, ladies, shoot me a message. We'll make this happen. We'll go to that really gross volleyball place in town.
oh,
The like indoor beach volleyball.
yeah, I love that place.
What's it called? Slammers?
Spike?
Spikes.
Spikes? Yeah.
Slammers.
We
Yeah.
shouldn't talk shit about them. They're good.
What?
I like
that
those guys.
that place?
Yeah.
Dude, there's so much puke in that sand. I've seen people throw up in that
Really?
sand, and then someone just kicks sand over it. How can you clean the sand? You can't clean the sand.
We got swap the sand.
How often do you think they do that?
Not very often.
Yeah, there's probably ciggy butts in there from the 90s.
Oh, good.
You
fart.
just fart?
Yeah.
Dog,
What?
we're recording. The mic's gonna pick that up.
It's gonna sound funny.
Yeah, I guess. Next time, like, grab the mic, put it right, just whisper to it.
Yo, that's actually a great idea.
Yeah,
Thank
you should just fart on the mic.
I do have some nature time. We were going nature time.
We had a little
earlier.
nature time at the start, but I could keep it going.
It's becoming a big thing in the United States and Canada, which
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited about. That we are finally starting to care about waterways.
What do you mean?
Well, the Clean Water Act in the States is going through a bunch of litigation right now.
Yeah.
And then Canada is kind of following suit. We're trying to start cleaning up waterways.
Okay.
I can't remember what the bill is that's it's not being passed, it's being worked on and drawn up so that they know it'll go in and go through kind of thing.
Okay.
But yeah, basically monitoring what's happening with our waterways in regards to mining depots and stuff that comes off from them,
Yeah.
which is toxic.
That's good.
Yeah, and defining right now, a big one is defining what is a waterway.
Okay.
Because stuff that's both connected, like a river above land, above on the surface, right? And then underwater connections. Where they're
Okay.
okay, well, this is a marshland, but it is super connected to this river. Here's how
Okay.
we know, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, it's
I
quite
mean, it'd be
cool.
nice to eat fish and not worry.
This is my thing.
Because people have been saying for 5 years that it's technically not really that safe to eat fish because they've all got so much mercury and heavy metals in them. And I've just ignored that and just still eat fish.
Well, Robert Kennedy Jr., who is
The nut job.
he's a kind of a nut job.
The
yeah.
nut job.
Yeah.
Let's call him what he is. He's a nut job. That
He,
guy's insane.
Before he went off the rails,
Yeah.
he actually did a lot of work because he was a lawyer or something, right?
Probably. He's a Kennedy.
Yeah, he's a Kennedy, exactly. But he did a bunch of work. He cleaned up the Hudson. You know, Hudson's one of the healthiest fisheries.
The Hudson River.
Yeah, it's one of the healthiest all-around fisheries in North America, in North Atlantic now.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I think people give him a lot of credit just for being a Kennedy, which is super strange.
It's dumb.
The second you're a Kennedy, people automatically take you at face value. Just whatever you're saying has to be legit because you're a Kennedy. What's going on?
Oh no, I can hear a jackhammer. Never mind.
Oh, okay.
Just lose my mind.
That's just me and your mom.
Oh wow.
I'm playing the recording through the speakers.
No, I would agree. I think a lot of people give him credit, and it's
Yeah.
is this due? Is this just credit? You
I don't think so.
I don't think anyone knows much about his environmental impact and the work he did.
Well,
with
that's
that.
fine. It's because he doesn't talk about his environmental impact.
He does. He does.
He just goes on Rogan
I've
and talks
listened to
about
him. I
vaccines
did listen
and
to him
autism.
on Rogan, and I was like,
I've gotta be super selective with my Rogan listening.
Yeah, because for instance, I listen to him and it's like, he makes the odd valid point about, like, the government secrecy surrounding these things and how they push things through that are probably too risky. Fair enough. Like, we know that happens with everything, right? But then he's like, yeah, says some crazy shit that is like, okay, well, that seems highly unlikely.
He never gives enough pushback to a certain type of person.
Well,
I think Joe Rogan has good intentions,
yeah.
but I think he's a little dumb.
Well, he says that he is. I don't think he's dumb. I don't think he's dumb.
I think he's a little dumb, and I think some people are really good at manipulating him to let them say whatever they want and for him not to give them any pushback.
I disagree. I don't think that's what it is.
I think people like Ben Shapiro and Jordan Peterson are really good at, like, greasing his weasel.
I think he just lets it happen because he knows it's profitable.
Yeah, that too. He's just turning a massive profit off Jordan Peterson on his show.
I don't think he is dumb to it. You got to think, this dude, despite what anyone wants to believe, he's spoken to more experts on more fields than probably anyone we let run our fucking country.
I guess.
You know what I mean? Like, he has more discourse with the geniuses of the world than, like, anybody else ever.
And then there's also just him getting ripped and looking at videos of monkeys.
Yeah, there's that too. But, I mean, it's crazy, like...
I personally would not want him in charge of much.
I wouldn't want him in charge of a fucking country, but...
Because it would be like mandatory Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu classes, and everyone has to take DMT when they wake up.
What the fuck? Some creepy communist regime. Everyone takes DMT every day. Keeps the world peaceful.
Keeps the world peaceful, and then everyone's just ripped, and he's doing, like, hill sprints.
No, but I listen to this guy, I don't know, I think it's fucking insane what some people are willing to believe.
I know.
Like, if you seriously think, like, well, he got called out and that was like, what is it that's causing autism from vaccines? And he's like, mercury. And Joe's kind of like, oh, well, how? I don't know. Well, that's not really a great argument.
Well,
is it?
it's like people that don't really know, like, they look at mercury or whatever. They say mercury in
aluminum.
Yeah.
Because it creates a toxicological response in the body. That's why they put it in vaccines. That's a known thing. Let's be clear here. Known fact. They put little tiny bits of mercury or aluminum in the vaccines because it helps to draw a heavier immune response from the body, which helps to make a more... like, give better efficacy to a vaccine.
Yes. And people, like, putting mercury in it isn't also the same as just, like, filling a vial with mercury and injecting it into you. It's like the chemistry thing where it's like sodium chloride or whatever is table salt, like sodium and chlorine, right? But, like, sodium on its own is highly reactive and would kill you if you ate it. Yeah. Right? But there's technically sodium in table salt.
I don't know what they put in to... like,
almost not going to pretend to be an expert.
Yeah, we're not geniuses on this.
We're pretty smart.
I think we actually are.
Like, combined, if you add our IQs, we're in the hundreds.
Wow.
What's, like, legally retarded? Like 75?
I have no idea.
Let's just say the fire
smart.
trucks get a lot of response from me and Chris. Every time I see a train go by, everything stops.
Oh, yeah.
I'm locked.
Yeah, you're like, here, this is what we're doing now.
This is what we're doing, watching the train. That's why I got an apartment with a view of the railroad.
That's fair.
So I can watch it.
I don't know. Man, I think that the world's going insane.
You think everyone's thought the world's going insane for like
while?
hundreds of years.
Yeah, but I think it's really...
It's different this time?
I think it's different.
What if this is the end, dude?
You've said this before, that we're in the end times.
Yeah, I believe we are.
You do?
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Dude, I think people are going fucking insane.
We're lucky that we're in the end times.
I think we've lost all ability to have logical thought. I look at people, I watch arguments people are having online, and I'm like,
That's your problem.
Like, you guys are both arguing fucking
If
two
it's
sides of the same coin. Like,
It's
what the
really
fuck are you
easy
talking about?
online to find whack jobs, man.
Nutcases.
If you just every time I see like political arguments online or anything, I ignore it because it's not good for me because I think about it too much.
And then it gives you
And I was
faith.
like, and then you realize the people that are making these arguments, no one agrees with them.
Yeah.
And it's just fuel for both sides to be like, look how dumb this person
it's
is.
so stupid.
Right? If you just go outside and like talk to real people, everyone's much more reasonable.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Touch grass. If you listen to online politics, it's brain rot.
Maybe I'll just move to Tibet.
Move to Tibet, you
Yeah.
fucking crush it there.
I think
You could be like a Sherpa on your off time.
dude, be a Sherpa on my off time, become a Buddhist monk,
Climb Everest.
finally be bald.
Finally be bald. You're working on it.
Wow, thanks.
I'm joking. Let me see your scalp. Let me see it. You're fine.
Look at that hair, eh?
Yeah, you're crazy today. You're fine. Girls don't know this. Guys do scalp checks on each other all the time.
Yeah, it's pretty
Because
pretty
we all
reasonable.
have frames of reference of what our friends' hairlines look like.
Yeah.
So I can tell if it's starting to go.
If I haven't seen a friend take his hat off in a long time, I know what's happening. Like,
let me see it. And the second they say no, you're like, it's over.
it's done.
It's
Yeah.
what's done is done, buddy. Shave it off. Don't be one of those guys that tries to pretend you're not
short.
bald.
I think you go short for a while, and then you shave it off.
Whatever you do, don't flop it over.
Don't comb over.
Don't comb over,
Folks,
and don't be
don't
the guy
comb
with
over.
a bald top of your head with the wrap around, like you got Oakley's on backwards.
Okay, bro,
You know what I mean?
My
Don't-
great grandpa did that for a long time. That was a good look.
Yeah, because he's your grandpa. You look like an old dude. That's the old dude haircut.
It was a good look for him.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Was he trying to... Because you're looking at him as a grandfather. He looked like your grandfather because he was old. You know what I mean? No disrespect, but just go bald, man. If you're balding, just go bald and grow a beard. A beard is like
Yeah, that's
makeup
true.
for guys.
Yeah. A beard is makeup for guys.
It's the ultimate, like, you don't have to even wash your face anymore if you have a beard.
Well, I think you definitely should still wash your
You
face.
should, but guys still just grow a beard, and then as long as you don't become a guy where your beard is your personality,
Yeah.
then you're fine.
You know what I was thinking about?
What's that?
Stone thought.
All right.
Not right now. I had this last night.
Well, you're still a little stoned,
But
I don't
maybe.
believe you. Let's see the eyes again. I want to see them. Oh, you're fucking ripped.
So, we got ball practice after this.
Yeah, you're gonna be a treat.
Oh yeah.
It's hot as fuck out there.
I
Good
know,
luck.
I'm not
It's
stoked.
you're gonna sweat, dude.
So, okay. We are the only mammal on the planet that pays to be here.
Yeah,
You ever thought about that?
yeah. How it's like there's like a base cost of just living.
Yeah, like you want to fucking exist here? They're like you got to pay.
Yeah, I know. It's not like the days of the 1800s where you could just kind of like be a hobo.
Or like just fuck off to the wilderness.
Yeah,
and no
go up
one's
to
gonna
the
say-
Rock Candy Mountain.
Yeah, you
The
go do
birds and
that
the
now.
bees
They're
and the
like, get
cigarette
out.
trees.
You got to pay.
Yeah, you gotta fucking pay for everything.
Yeah.
Where it's like, what if I just want to like, you know, live in the woods? Some guy will show up and be like, it's $20 actually to be here.
Yeah. Oh, you want to be in the park? You can't kill her.
Yeah,
in
it's
there.
like I didn't ask to be born.
Yeah.
I didn't opt into this. Living is an opt out scenario.
Honestly, yeah. Had I had the choice,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably not.
I'd probably been like, you know what? I'll just.
There
be
was no
chilling.
trial. It's like, let me try this out from like age 20 to 25 before I figure out.
Yeah, and then I'll see if.
And then I'll
want
see if I want to be born.
it. Yeah.
But yeah, you don't opt into living. You just like opt out of it one day.
Yeah, they don't tell you when you're born, like, hey, by the way, you kind of didn't win the lottery here.
Well, we kind of won the lottery. It could have been
Some people.
Yeah.
When you come from like great genetics and your family's rich, like sure, be born. It'd be a great time.
Yeah, it'd be a fucking dope time.
Yeah, but when it's like, oh yeah, you're
You're kind
not
of like
wealthy.
skinny fat.
Yeah.
You're not going to get taller than 5'9". You know, athletic ability questionable. Jawline, like, sorta.
It's good. It's there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna. There's gonna be a time in your life where you really like takeout pizza. And you're gonna eat a lot of that. And
Yeah.
it's gonna take fucking forever to get rid of it.
Yeah, that's gonna suck.
That's gonna suck. You're gonna really like getting addicted to things. Like booze is just gonna grip you.
Ah, grab hold of the soul.
Every other day, you're gonna be sweating out whiskey. You're gonna be smart enough to like get by in school, but not smart enough to like really succeed at anything. Yeah.
You just described 80% of Americans.
Yeah, I know, and they all got born. I mean,
Poor
if we keep going on this, we're gonna end up living in the woods, mailing bombs to universities.
We could.
Speaking of, we haven't even talked about it. Old Uncle Teddy died.
Uncle Teddy.
Ted Kaczynski,
Oh, did he really?
the Unabomber, died.
Wow.
Yeah, in jail.
Ah, that sucks.
It does suck.
Yeah. Is Bernie Madoff dead?
Yes.
Did he actually die?
Yeah, he died. I think so.
No, I don't think he did. That'd be a shame if he did.
Yeah.
I like Bernie
No, I feel like
Madoff.
he died because I had that one bit where I was saying I made off like Bernie, and you were like, you didn't like that.
Yeah, because he's
But I think the only reason I would have thought about it,
he's an American hero.
he's an American hero, Bernie Madoff.
Bernie Madoff.
Didn't you post about this or something? And I had to like message
Man,
you, be
people
like,
don't fucking know that it's a joke.
yeah, I didn't think it was. I would have thought like,
Oh
I
yeah,
kind
he
of,
died in 2021.
Yeah, you posted about it. You were like, rest in peace to an American hero, and I was like, you know what? Christian would be the guy that really likes Bernie Madoff.
It's
Like
a
Dick-
joke. People freak out. It's like it's a joke. I don't
Like you
love
make a
Bernie
memorial
Madoff.
post about like Dick Cheney. And be like, rest in peace, King. Miss you.
No, yeah,
Rest
fucking.
in peace, Bernie Madoff. He would
Who,
have fucking.
who were you talking about before? Just
Unabomber.
before the Unabomber. Man, oh fuck, I can't remember where I was going with that.
You looked up to him.
No, he was insane.
He was insane. Well, he got fucking MK Ultra.
Oh, I know what I was gonna say.
What?
A submarine thing happened.
Oh, the submarine thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck,
The Titanic claiming 5 more bodies.
bro? I'm sorry, but
Fucking the Titanic came out of retirement to
For
kill
that.
more people.
I know.
It's like fucking Kobe. Fucking job's not done.
I fucking told people when people told me about this, they're like, "Oh, you hear about these submarines?" I was like, right away. I'm like, "That's a bad idea."
It's a bad idea. Leave the ocean alone.
Yeah, it was like, "Don't go down there. You're not supposed to be down there, man."
There's some freaky shit happens down there, man.
Crazy shit. You
There's
don't
certain-
know what's in there.
No, you don't. And you know what? We're better off for it.
Yeah, we don't need to know
I've
the demons of the deep.
We've discovered enough of the ocean. Okay.
Well, I don't agree with
We've
that.
discovered enough. What is it? It's water that we can't drink. There's some tasty stuff in it. There's like shrimps and crabs and stuff. We like that, right?
but lobster, salmon.
Lobster,
Eel.
salmon. Who the fuck cares about a bunch of blobby fish down at the bottom of the ocean that's probably going to kill you going down to see them?
And
Fuck
they're
it.
going to kill you if they get a hold of you.
Yeah. So fuck, or like,
I
who
like
cares
squid.
about squids?
I like squid.
The giant ones?
Well, they
The ones
just
that are
be
like-
a lot of calamari.
30, yeah, I guess. But like big, it'd be chewy. It'd
You
be
think so?
Yeah, you'd have like a
You have to
calamari steak.
tenderize the shit out of that.
You'd cut a tentacle and it would be like the size of a ribeye.
You'd have to tenderize that.
Yeah.
We should
Yeah.
try doing fucking squid ribeyes.
Squid ribeye. If I can find a giant squid, yeah, I'll butcher it up. Sounds good.
That'd be sweet.
I am like, I don't know. I had a good time laughing at the submarine jokes.
I did,
Because
to be honest.
you didn't?
I did.
Oh, okay.
It's so dumb. I said this before and I'll say it again.
Mm.
You cannot replace training, time, and effort with money.
No.
You fucking overprivileged cocks.
Yeah.
You think that money buys everything? You can't replace legitimate training and time spent, effort spent, knowledge, time learning about how to deal with situations with you being a fucking billionaire.
Yeah.
You can't just be like,
Well,
hey, I'm going to buy my way into this thing that takes people years to train to do.
It's typical rich guy shit where they're like obsessed with the Titanic
Yeah, like
for some
why?
reason because they just have all this free time, so they gotta latch on to something. It's like the rich
Oh.
guys get really into like Amelia Earhart and shit.
It's so
and, like
annoying.
spend so much money trying to find her plane.
Yeah, it's so annoying.
It is frustrating, but good for the Titanic. Incredible comeback. But it's a sequel, and it's not as good as the first.
But it's pretty good.
But it's pretty good. It's a true return to form. Right?
You think so?
Yeah. I mean, I guess the theory
How much
is
of the Titanic is still down there?
most of it. It's rusting, though.
Like, bad?
It's bad. Because they thought about, like, there was thinking of a way of, like, filling it with balloons that would inflate and then slowly rising it to the surface over the course of, like, 5 years. So they could, like, preserve it somewhere in a museum. Because that would be, like, the world's greatest museum exhibit.
Yeah.
But it's so fragile that the balloons opening up would have just decimated it. But it's all there.
Why can't they go down and get it chunk by chunk
Because it'll just break apart.
and reconstruct it?
It'd be incredibly expensive, I think.
Well, there's billionaires paying to go see it.
Well, how'd that turn out for them? I think the theory is it broke apart on the way down, right?
Yeah, there's two. It's split. The whole thing split open.
No, not the Titanic, the sub. That on the way down, there was a structural failure or something.
No, so basically, submarines have ratings for like their depth and pressure.
Yeah.
And if you exceed it, the hull will just implode. It'll get too hot in there and it'll implode.
Yes. And
So,
that's the theory is on the way down that happened to them.
Well, I think the theory was that they lost contact with surface
Mm-hmm.
and then they went too deep, and that's when it happened.
Oh, okay.
Like, I
Hell
don't
yeah.
think that it's designed to go down
It
to
wasn't.
the bottom.
But that sub had done the trip like a few times.
Oh, really?
Yeah, before this time.
And went all the way down?
I guess so.
Oh, yeah, so it had structural failure then.
Yeah, for sure.
That sucks.
Which, like,
It would have been instantaneous death.
yeah, I know. Because, like, everyone else was talking about, like, well, if it didn't implode, like, how much oxygen they have or whatever, and then they
Yeah.
just slowly suffocate to death, even if they got to the surface, because it was bolted shut from the outside. You
Yeah.
couldn't open it from the inside. So they could have just been, like, bobbing on the surface, suffocating.
Yeah.
And, like, you think, like, how mad do you think everyone would be in that sub if the first guy took a shit?
Oh, man.
Like, on day 3, you're trying so hard not to shit.
And you just shit in
And
the
you
bucket
just shit
in the corner.
in the bucket in the corner, and then everyone's got to breathe that until they suffocate.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. It wouldn't be a nice way to go.
No. Yeah, that's, well...
Yeah, I think
I
if
never
it...
ever wanted to go be submariner. Like, that's a life.
The
that's a
sea
hard
calls
life,
to
man.
me as a man.
Yes, as all good men.
It calls to you because what's the best way to die? Sorry, the best way to die is in battle.
No.
Surrounded by your comrades. That's the best way to
Best
die.
way to die, titties in your face.
That's the second best.
Okay.
Third best way to die is disappearing at sea.
Yeah. Because ideally you survive.
Yeah, and you just get
And
to
you
live another
start
life.
a new life somewhere
But everyone else mourns you as the brave man who
Yes.
disappeared sailing around the Horn.
Yeah, fair enough.
You know
it's
what I
going to
mean?
happen to me. I mean,
That's the best way to go.
I'm going to be honest. If I disappear, here's what I want.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn up in, like, Brazil, probably.
Okay. What I want from you if you disappear is I want you to meet me in Detroit, Michigan. We'll set like a set date after this where no one else knows it. Or like a set date 2047 or whatever.
Yeah.
And whether or not you disappear, I will be there at that time. So if you disappear before then, you would show up. We have like a coffee or something. I know what happened, and then you go back to your life. You don't tell me where you went or anything.
Wow.
You know what I mean? That's what I want
Do
to
we
happen.
want to do Detroit? That seems like kind of a...
It's neutral ground.
Detroit is far from that.
It's neutral ground.
There's nothing neutral about Detroit.
It's not where I'm from. It's not where you're disappearing to, unless you're disappearing to Detroit,
No,
in
that's
which case,
insane.
try again.
No, we should pick something cooler than that. Munich.
Yeah, Vienna.
Yeah. Somewhere interesting, and it's like on this day at this time, I will be here.
Mm-hmm. But then we don't meet. I like come around the corner and I see you sitting at the table, and that's all I need to see. And I go, okay,
That's it?
and just walk away.
What the fuck? What if I think you're dead because you didn't come?
Because that's me disappearing for the second time. I'm that good. We're both gonna disappear. Like disappearing at sea seems like the way to go, man.
It does. It's what I've hoped for.
I also
but
don't-
The Navy seems to keep really good track of their guys.
No, this has to be a private venture. I don't But I'm also like, I want to disappear at sea, but I also don't want to fuck with the sea. You know what I mean? I don't want to
I
push
don't want
my
to be
luck.
in the sea for too long.
No.
I'm
Like,
afraid of swimming in open water.
Are you really? Like
Yeah.
a lake? Like a big lake?
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah?
We don't know what's in the bottom.
Yeah, we don't.
Man,
Stick to the shore, buddy. Stick close.
when I jump in the lake, like if I'm out in the middle of Lake Erie or Lake Huron, you know what's terrifying to me is I look over at my fucking fish finder on the boat and go, God damn. I look down, there's nothing, but there's hundreds of fish under me.
Mm-hmm. But your fish finder can't see them?
My fish finder sees them, I can't see them.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
And then you see the really big one. With like appendages that just wrap around your ankles and
That's what I'm saying. That's not
that's
cool.
what you're scared of.
Yeah. That and like sharks.
Oh, don't be scared of sharks.
Bull sharks, totally reasonable fear in the Great Lakes.
Yeah, it's totally reasonable, but don't be.
Sharks in the ocean, totally. I've seen blue sharks.
You ever see the videos of the like U.S. Navy of guys swimming in the middle of the Atlantic,
Oh.
like just jumping off carriers?
And they have a gunner up top.
Yeah, to
That's-
like shoot at the sharks that come close.
Dude, that's a legit thing.
Yeah.
Like we do it here too for Canada.
Yeah?
They have someone posted up.
Just in case.
I think they post up with a 50 cal or something, so when people will go
Just
running.
obliterate a shark.
Yeah.
Like a 50 cal takes out like trucks, doesn't it?
Yeah, I guess. It's a good round.
It's a big round.
It's bigger. Yeah.
It's big.
Yeah.
They're like, are they not like anti-vehicle rounds? Not like anti-personnel?
No, I don't think
Like it
they're
seems like overkill to hit a person with a 50 cal. Because then, if you hit them in the chest, then they're just two legs standing there.
No, you'll just punch a big hole in them. And they use them, I think they use them against the water because you have to break the surface tension of the water.
Yeah, I guess.
You know?
Man, you fucking obliterate a shark.
You'd fuck one up for sure. It'd be scary though. Like, who wants to go swimming like that? Do you
I
really
do.
dream of swimming in the middle of the ocean?
I would love it.
Why?
Because the ocean calls to me, man. You're like up to your neck in this thing that is massive and so much deeper than you can even comprehend in your brain.
Yeah, that gives me a fucking anxiety attack.
And then you think
thinking
about it, you just like hold your breath and sink down like 10 feet. And then you just like look all around you. And look, you're just completely enveloped. in
You
this.
want to do that?
I would do it. Yeah.
That's fucked, man. Oh my god.
Swim in the ocean where you have zero chance of touching the bottom. It's so far. That sounds so cool. Like not for a
Bro,
long
that
time.
is a fucking nightmare. My fucking taint is tight just thinking about
Yeah?
that. Man, are you I would shit my pants.
Would you?
Would fucking shit my pants. Dude, I would
That's because you're disrespecting the ocean.
I would squeal. I would squeal like a piggy if you threw me out.
So, if anybody ever needs to extract any information from Christian, drive out, like, boat out like a mile into the Atlantic, put him in the water, and start boating away. And he'll tell you anything you need to know.
Dude, that is a nightmare.
Could you imagine? What an
Oh.
awful way to kill somebody.
Oh my god.
Just drive him out in the ocean,
and
but
just
don't
drop him.
Yeah, don't like knock him out. Don't put the like concrete on him or anything. Just like put him in the water and let him tread water and boat away.
Holy
Because you'd
fuck.
have to just sit there and tread until you couldn't anymore.
That is fucked.
And then the ocean swallows you,
It does just swallow you.
and you'll never be found. And the pressure, as you sink down, the pressure
Okay.
gets so intense that your bones start breaking after you're dead. It just crushes you on the way down.
You only go to a certain point though.
And then you
humans.
just like
You
hang out.
Hang out in mid, yeah. It's too
That's
dense
so
beyond
fucked.
that. It's too dense. There's a layer in the ocean. We know where it is, and that's where like bodies hang out.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. If
So-
they're looking for dead bodies,
They just like
that's where
skim
they
that
go.
level.
Yeah.
They don't go to the bottom.
No.
Oh, that's so strange. Like a little
They're
graveyard.
just like suspended, yeah.
Huh.
And they preserve you pretty well.
Wouldn't like little fish come and eat you?
Start picking at you, yeah.
Yeah. It's like when a whale dies in the ocean and hits the floor. It's like an entire ecosystem erupts.
Yeah, it's fucked. Yeah, like stuff that exists in the sand just starts coming out of the sand.
Yeah, it's just waiting for this moment.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I've waited my whole life. Here's a whale. You know, my parents.
That's what
had-
chubby chasers say.
My.
chubby chaser at the bar. Be like,
I
waited my whole life.
He was a whale.
I respect chubby chasers so much.
Dude, I do too. You're committed.
Your kink is like on display.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You could be into getting pegged and whipped and shit at home, and no one would know. But if you just like fucking fat bitches,
yeah, they know because you show up and you're like, yeah, and those dudes
those
are always
guys love telling you about it.
They're like, yeah, check this bitch out, and you're like, wow, she's big, and they're like, huge, and you're like,
no,
okay.
you don't go, wow, she's big. They started off. You're gonna be like, oh, this is my girlfriend. She's fat as fuck. Yeah, it doesn't go like that.
That's
like,
what I would
this
do.
is my girlfriend, and then you start noticing her getting bigger, and then you're like, oh.
You think they feed them?
Yeah, there's like feeders and shit too. You ever see those like
what?
You know those like My 600-Pound Life and shit?
Yeah.
A lot of the time, those women are being like fed by a guy.
So they're being abused, kind of.
Sort of. He's not doing it abusively, like intentionally.
But he's killing them.
But he's killing them. And like those girls make a shit ton of money because guys like pay for them online and shit.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, there's guys that are like into girls being so fat they can't move.
Why?
I don't know.
That's so gross.
Fuck a fold dog.
Bro.
Get in there.
What the? My girlfriend has a 6-pack.
You're obviously not a chubby chaser, Chris.
Yeah, I don't have a 6-pack. Maybe she's
the chubby chaser. Oh, this is Christian. He's fat as fuck.
Now I
She's
know
like,
that's
yeah.
why she keeps feeding me.
Yeah, because you're cuddly, dude. You give the greatest hugs. It's like memory foam. I hug you and I can see my face. That's so mean.
She's just turning me into a memory foam pillow.
Yeah, because you refuse to sleep on a normal fucking bed. So she's like, okay, I'll turn Christian into a mattress.
I'll fix the problem here.
I'll fix this problem. And then she just like... Like, you're gonna be just like a beanbag chair, like, on the ground, and she's just gonna, like, sink into you. And that's where she's gonna live.
Oh, fuck. Oh, my God.
Confront her about this.
I'm going to.
Are you feeding me?
Am I just a feeder?
Am I just
feeder boyfriend?
Fatten me up like some prize pig? That'd be fun. You just... I love being insane. That's what you gotta do.
Dude, I love saying some of the most outlandish and insane shit to my girlfriend.
Oh, dude, I love it.
Just like out of nowhere. Like I went out to the living room the one day, go walking in, I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, what is going on? She's like, what is happening? And I look at her, I'm like, have you been putting stuff in my shampoo? And she's like, have I what? Have you been putting stuff in my shampoo? It smells different. Smells more lavendery than it used to.
And then she like goes into the bathroom, and you've just been using like Gatorade as shampoo. Why does my shampoo smell like blue?
Oh, I love that blue as a flavor.
It totally is.
Yeah, what is it, blue?
I mean, orange is obviously a flavor.
Yeah.
But then there's like fruit punch and red.
They're very different.
They're different.
Yeah, fruit
like
punch
red is technically fruit punch, but
there's
red is its
and
own
then
flavor.
There's fruit punch.
I hate
Blue.
red sports drink.
I don't like it.
It's
I
the
like
worst
blue.
one.
It's got to be blue.
I like the greens.
All right. Speaking of, I gotta go to fucking batting
Oh yeah,
practice.
we gotta do this. Okay. Well, thanks for listening to us. That was a wacky one.
That was a wacky one.
I liked it though.
Yeah.
Stay reasonable.
Keep doubting.
I love you so much. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.
Thank you, folks. Have a good night. Day.
Whatever.
Reasonable Doubt Podcast. If you guys like funny, hilarious, goofy, goober, silly boys podcast, that is a good place to find yourself.
That was a good one.